What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jerome. I'm here tonight with the review for Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 2. This is episode number 6, and it's called Family Treason. So, without further ado, we are just gonna go straight into the video. All right, so I guess I'm gonna start this episode up with Trina. So we see Trina. She is doing a music video with Raymond, and she has Tip there, and she has Joy there. So, you know, once they finish wrapping up the video, she's talking to Tip and Joy. Now, she's telling Tip and Joy that she found out, you know, from her team that Bobby went and signed with that record label last week. And, you know, Tip and Joy are like, they don't know nothing about it, which we know that Tip does know. We know Tip knows about it, but I don't know 100% if Joy knew about it, but we do know that Tip knew about it. And, you know, Tip is like, well, how do your people know? Well, I'll tell you how her people knew, because Big Mouth asked Shay, and I'm actually calling her by her name. Like this week, I guess I'm calling people by their actual names, Shay and Alexis Sky. But, you know, Shay posted on IG, congratulations to Bobby, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think Shay could have, you know, could have did that a little differently. You know, she could have let Bobby had a conversation with Trina to tell Trina, hey, I'm not signing with Rockstar Music Group. I'm going to sign with this label instead. But, you know, it is what it is. And Trina now knows. And, you know, Trina is upset at this point. She's pissed off, you know, and she's like, she's done with Bobby at this point, which I can't 100% blame Trina. And I can't blame Bobby either. Like, I see both sides of the spectrum. I see Trina's side and I do see Bobby's side. Bobby's side is, you know, Trina has put me on the side and she's not telling me what she wants to do with my music career. Whereas this record label, although it's up and coming, they want to back me. They want to do this for me. So why not take this opportunity that's right here and this, you know, and just sit over here and wait for Trina to stop twiddling her thumbs and say, hey, I'm gonna sign you. We're gonna get this ball rolling. So like I said, I get both sides of the spectrum. So then we see this scene where Trina, she's in the studio with Bobby. And this was when she was gonna do this collaboration with Bobby that Bobby asked her to do. So, you know, then she brings up him signing with the label. And, you know, she tells him, like, you know, she just feel like it's catty, it's messy, which again, I definitely kind of see where she's coming from it. And I can see, I see Bobby's side, like I see Trina's side. And then she went further to explain why she was so, you know, hesitant to sign him is because she wanted him to be more professional. She wanted him to know what he was doing and how he was doing it. So I definitely get that mindset as well. But then he was like, you know, the label, they were behind me. They were putting money behind me. And, you know, they believed in me, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's the way that Bobby went about doing this that's bad in itself, because, you know, he could have had a conversation with Trina and been like, you know what, Trina, this label, they're looking at me. They want to sign with me. And, you know, I would love to work with you. But right now, it's just things are going very slow. And I don't know, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to progress further with you. Just have a conversation with Trina. I think that would have been a better thing to do, just to have a conversation with her either before you sign with them or after you sign with them. Like, don't let her find out through the grapevine, and the grapevine being Shay of all people. And I think that's the biggest thing that she was upset about, is that fact that Bobby himself did not come to Trina. She had to find out through Shay, who is somebody she don't really 100% rock with. So like I said, I see both sides of the spectrum, and neither one of them are wrong in this situation. I just think things could have been handled differently on both sides. Trina could have told Bobby the real reason why she didn't want to sign with him at the time, instead of, you know, just, you know, putting him on the back burner. And Bobby could have had a conversation with Trina before or after he signed with the record label. And they would, you know, it wouldn't be none of this back and forth shit at this point, because she said that she's not going to work with him on the song and for him to have a good day. All right, so next we see Prince. He is meeting with his dad, and, you know, he's talking to his dad, and then out of nowhere, Liz shows up, and I'm looking like, wait a minute, but didn't Liz and Prince break up more than once last season? At least twice? Like, I know they broke up last year when he when he was out all night with Gabby, and he went to the house, and, you know, she was throwing his stuff out the house, and then they broke up at the reunion when, you know, production revealed that there might have been more that happened between Gabby and Prince. But you know, if they needed that for if they needed that for a storyline for Liz to come back, whatever. Don't care. So then Liz is talking about how, you know, she's talking about Prince's friendship with Bobby and how she feels that Bobby is messy. This is the second person who said that Bobby is messy, which I can see somebody saying that Bobby is messy. But the reason why Liz said that Bobby is messy is because Bobby, whenever Prince and Bobby go out to clubs or strip clubs or wherever they go out to, and there's girls around them, Bobby will text Liz photos of that. And I'm like, well, I mean, I can see where Liz is coming from. It is messy because that is supposed to be Bobby's friend, but then you're going to text his girlfriend photos of him with other women. So it is messy. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? He's my friend, but I'm still looking out for you. Like, you know, this is my homie, but my homie's over here on some fuck shit with these females. So you might want to check your nigga. So yeah, it's definitely 100% messy, and I'm not gonna deny that at any point. I'm not gonna deny that at all. But you know, Prince is like, you know what? I'm gonna be friends with Bobby. Me and Bobby cool, and it is what it is. So then he and his dad was talking. And his dad is like, you know what? He wants him to have a conversation with his mom. So I'm assuming that Prince and his mom haven't talked to each other. And then he brings up this whole juvie situation again. And I'm like, you act like you went to federal prison. You know, federal prison. The prison where you got the hardcore criminals who did murder, rape, theft. Like, you act like you just did some hardcore time. You act like you did 15 plus years, and you know it was a hard not life for you. Like, I'm sorry, but Prince is really working my nerves with this whole juvie situation, this whole juvie, this whole homeless. No offense to anybody, no offense if it is true, but it's just like he's adding a little extra onto it. Just how I feel. All right, y'all. So then we got Meowth. Meowth is on stage and she's performing her new single. I'm like, yep, could have kept that because nobody wants to hear that. So we got Joy in the building. We got Chiara in the building. We got Tip in the building. And we got Meowth 2 in the building. I'm like, yep, y'all could have at least kept this song because nobody really wants to hear that bullshit. So, you know, once Meowth finished performing, they all go sit down and they all catching up. Tip is telling them how she got a new single that she's got, and she's having a single release party at her job. So she wants all of them to come, and they all said cool. So then I think Meowth asked, Joy what's going on with her, because you know her and Joy became cool after they went to a party in New York, and they found out that they have a mutual enemy, which is none other than Shay, Francine, Bucky Johnson. Shay, Francine, Frensky, Bucky Johnson. Sorry. So they have, you know, kind of came together because of that. And Joy is still on this whole situation. Like a whole season later, we still talking about this divorce from Trick that is never gonna happen. So Joy's whole thing this time is the fact that, you know, they've gone through the proceedings, but Trick is not paying for it. So now she got to figure out a way to come up with the money to pay for it. So she's talking about she's gonna do this car wash, and she said $200 to $300. I'm like, what kind of car wash you having? Like, you must be ass naked doing a car wash. Like, that's a lot of fucking money for a car wash. So then they talk about Gunplay and Chiara, and you know, Chiara's like they having a conversation with each other, but they just not on the same page with one another, I guess, at this point. Whatever. So then we're gonna move over to Tip's performance. So, you know, Tip is at her job and she's performing her song, Mad or Nah. I'm gonna say nah, Tip. I like Tip. Tip is cool, but that song, like, Tip, you could have kept that. You could have saved your money in the studio. Like, that song is trash to me. But you know, like I said, I do like Tip. So, you know, we see everybody there. We see Chaotic there. We see Bobby there. We see Prince there. We got Chiara there. We got Chiara, Joy. I think Meowth was there. I think Meowth 2 was there. I think Meowth and Meowth 2 were there. I don't remember. Let me know if they were there. I can't remember if Meowth and Meowth 2 were there. I know one of the Meowths was there. I just don't know which one was which. Because they both had so much work done to their face and body. Oh God, they look like cats. So, you know, now when we found out that Gunplay was invited by Chiara, because, you know, Chiara's like, I know that, you know, Gunplay would want to come out and support Tip. So I just invited him. So Gunplay comes up to where Chiara is. He got a flower in his hand. He's been very charming. And they just want to know what's going on between them. But, you know, they both don't really know what's going on. They kind of in limbo at this point. So then Gunplay invites Chiara out to his album release party. And she was like, you know, I'll come, but can I bring my girls with me? He says, cool. And, you know, Tip, she got to make a little joke out of it. You know, she's like, I'll be your date. And Chiara's like, girl, why you always got to make more? Why you got to put more on it than it needs to be? But it was funny and it was cute. So then out of nowhere, we just hear Bobby and Prince going back and forth with each other, and they just arguing. So then it went to a commercial and it came back. And when it came back, you know, Tip was talking to Prince. My nigga, Prince's nose was bleeding. I'm like, God damn, Bobby got a heavy ass hand. Like, that nigga hit you. And I was on Prince's side. Like, Tip was coming at Prince. But Prince is like, I'm not the one who did anything. It was Bobby. Like, my nose is bleeding, not his. Like, I didn't put my hands on him. So then, you know, they sit down and have a conversation about what's going on. It was Tip, Prince, and Chaotic. So, you know, Chaotic feels like Bobby is attracted to Prince. And I'm like, I mean, looking at it, it's like, are these two having sex with each other? Because they act like a couple who's they just act like an arguing couple. Like earlier today on, because I follow Prince on IG. So earlier today on his IG, he posted that video of, you know, when he took Bobby's hat off and when Bobby chased him, he was like, was he wrong? I get that it was in fun and whatnot, but it was in fun and at the expense of Bobby. And what really was the worst part about it was when Bobby tripped. And, you know, that was embarrassing for him. Like, I don't get how Prince don't see that was embarrassing for him. But looking at this fight, it's almost like they had, you know, a couple, he's flirting with a girl and Bobby gets mad. And then that scene with him taking his hat off, I hate to say it, but it looked like, you know, they were flirting with one another. And I hate to say it, because I'm not going to call Prince gay or nothing, but it just looks like they are flirting with each other. It appears as if they have done something with one another. I'm not saying that they have or haven't. It's just appearances look that way. And, you know, looks can be deceiving, but that's just how it looks from, you know, the viewing public. All right, so then we see Tip and Chaotic. I guess they were at like a shelter for dogs. I don't know what they were at, but they meet up. And, you know, they talking about what happened between, not Chaotic, but Prince and Bobby. Chaotic, he was right there, and she was like, why can't we even stop? He was like, you know, I just felt like they were just arguing with each other and wasn't going to go no further. But then Bobby punched him in the fucking face. And, you know, he felt like they were both wrong, which I definitely agree. They were both wrong in the situation. So, you know, Tip is just like, you know, well, when it comes down to that, I don't want people, when I have an event, for them to think that I'm going to bring the ratchet and the bullshit with me. Like, I want people to take me seriously, which I get that. Like, you want to do your music and you want people to take you seriously. And she's like, since that whole thing happened, Bobby has not reached out to her. And, you know, I mean, he probably felt like he was wrong. And he's like, damn, how do I say something to my friend and I was wrong? So then, you know, Chaotic, he is talking about Joy once again, and he wants to talk to Joy. So then, you know, Tip, she FaceTimes Joy, and, you know, she get on FaceTime, and he started, you know, moving his lips and stuff. She's like, boy, what is wrong with your mouth? What are you doing to your mouth? So he asked Joy to take her out on a date. And reluctantly, Joy agrees to go on a date with him. I think it's because he said food, and she's like, shit, I ain't gonna turn down no free food. I wouldn't either. So then we see the date with Joy and Chaotic. I had to think of the nigga name. So, you know, he has his restaurant, and the food, it looked good. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. But just looking at Chaotic with the hair, it don't look like he washed his hair at all. His face with the, and I'm not judging the tattoos, but his face just looks dirty. The clothes, like, I'm sorry, but I just would not eat behind Chaotic. I'm like, you know what, bruh? I'm good. Because first off, when I got there, I'd be like, so who cooked the food? He would be like, oh, I cooked the food. I'm like, oh. Can we go to Burger King? Can we go to McDonald's? Can we go to Chick-fil-A? Can we go to Chicken Express? Can we go to KFC? Can we go to Church's Chicken? Can we go to Golden Corral? Can we go to Cheddar's? Can we go to Red Lobster? Can we go anywhere that you personally did not cook the food? Because I'm sorry, but I swear to God, I just wouldn't eat behind him. So then, he's talking about what's going on between Joy and Trick, how she should try to move forward in a new situation. Like, what situation? He's like, this one right here. She's like, no, we good. We are good. Then this fool gonna sit here and talk about he brought her a flower. What did he call that flower? What did he call that flower? Because it was actually a sunflower. He kept calling it something else, but it was a sunflower. And then, he would try to kiss her, and she's like, boop, kiss the flower. You good, my nigga. Like, God, it's just like he's not clean cut. And there's nothing wrong with the dreads, but his dreads just look like he don't take them down. He don't wash them. He don't do nothing with his dreads. It just looks nasty. All right, so lastly, the Pretty Ricky bullshit. So it picked up where we left it off with last week with Winnie the Pooh and Spectacular. They didn't even fight with each other. And, Pleasure P, he felt like when it came down to I think their fourth album or something, that's when he went solo. And he put a little bit of blame on himself with the group. But that daddy is a fucked up piece of shit. He really is. Like, I wouldn't even listen to half of that stuff that man was saying, because it was borderline retardedly stupid, because he tried to put he was talking about the mama, talking about why was he putting so much into the group and this and this and that. But they were the ones that was making the money. And you sitting here taking their money and doing God knows what with their money. Like, he sounded retarded as fuck. So then we saw this scene with Winnie the Pooh and Spectacular. So they meeting up. And, Spectacular tells him how, he felt like it was an ambush that he brought old boy with him. And I'm like, God damn. You call your daddy old boy. But it only got worse from there, because Winnie the Pooh called their mama old girl. I'm like, old boy and old girl, not mama and daddy. Y'all parents must have really fucked up somewhere with y'all, because damn, y'all don't call them mama and daddy. Y'all call them old boy and old girl. And Winnie the Pooh is, feeling some type of way, because when they were kids, I guess their parents split up. And, Special and Blue went with their daddy. And, no, who went with their... This whole family line is confusing. Or was it just Winnie the Pooh that went with their daddy, and Special and Spectacular went with their mama? I don't know. Don't care. Y'all know what I mean. So Winnie the Pooh also lets Spectacular know that he's upset because he chose his best friend out there in LA to be his best man and not him. Because, that's his brother. And, he just want to be, at the end of the day, he kind of just want to, feel like he belongs in his brother's life. And he don't, they've been separated before. And, they just feel like it's putting a division between them, I guess. I guess that's what he's trying to say. You just feel like it's a division between them. So then he started to cry. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. He's been emotional. So Spectacular did ask him to be his best man, and he agreed with him. So now what Winnie the Pooh wants Spectacular to do is reach out to old boy and have a conversation with him. And I'm like, I would not reach out to that ignorant ass fool, because that is what he is, an ignorant, dumb ass fucker. Like, oh God, that old man is so fucking stupid. Whew. But Spectacular, he don't know about that, because every time he reaches out to him, he's always asking for money. And then, he doesn't even see his son, who lives about 2 blocks away from him. I'm like, well, goddamn, you don't even see your grandson. Like, you a real piece of shit. You a real true fucked up piece of shit. Ignorant fucked up piece of shit. So then, Spectacular, he does finally meet up with old boy. And, he said, there was a lot of stuff that he just did not get from his dad as a kid. And then his dad is talking about, well, we was on the road and, you had about 10 girls in your room. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I was confused. Like, what does any of that mean? So, so then the dad is, they're talking about, Spectacular talking about how he don't feel like his daddy love him. He's like, oh, I love you, boy. You should know that I love you because I'm not trying to sue you for the money from the group's Facebook page. And I'm like, that does not prove that you love him. All that proves is that your ass is about motherfucking money. That's all that shit proves is you care about money more than you care about your son. Now, that's a fucking shame. Ugh. And then Spectacular is talking about how, he don't check up on his son. He's like, I check up on your son. I do this and this and that with him. Spectacular don't believe it because he felt like his baby mama would tell him, which I definitely agree that she probably would tell him. And then, his dad talking about how Spectacular be bad mouthing him in the press. Well, nigga, if you did it, you did it. Like, what the fuck you want him to do? Be like, you was a great dad. He did this with me. He played catch with me. He took me to the ball games. He took me to the football games. Took me to basketball games. He took me XYZ. You want the motherfucker to lie? Like, fuck out of here. So then, they start to go back. He starts to go back and forth with him. He's talking about how he's a despicable person. He a sorry ass nigga. And then he want to talk about his hairstyle and talking about how, men don't rock that. He's talking about how he faking phony. And, he's talking about how he didn't earn the right to call him daddy. And I'm like, he did not earn the right to call you daddy. No, you don't earn the right to call him your son. Like, that is an ignorant ass motherfucking man. Like, it took everything out of me. I just want to reach through that TV and just choke that old ass man. Like, I just want to choke the fuck out of him because he got on my nerves so badly. And then Spectacular started breaking down. He broke down and he apologized to that motherfucker. I'm like, I would not apologize to that fool ass nigga for shit. It'd be a cold ass day in hell before I apologize to that nigga. And then Spectacular just sitting there crying. And this nigga just standing there looking like, man, stop that crying. I don't want to see that crying shit. Your son is in there crying about y'all's relationship, but you can't show no kind of empathy, sympathy, nothing. You just in here looking like a big fucking dumbass. But then eventually, he hugged Spectacular and said that they're going to be good. I'm like, I would not want to be good with that motherfucker. Even if it was his last days on earth, his and my last days on earth, we would just die not liking one another. Like, swear to God. But that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later on. Well, actually, I will see you guys Wednesday for Black Ink Crew Chicago.